taking a morning walk with Arlo, completely off leash. He's headed into his final week of training, which means everything is done pretty much off leash. We're going to be going off property every day, walking paths, stores, downtown areas. But this morning I thought I would show you what a trained dog walk can look like completely without a leash. Now, I have a leash dragging just for safety, but I always have my tone recall and I always have my e-collar, which essentially acts as an invisible leash when your dog is trained on it. This means your dog understands the communication that you're using to them, they understand what this sensation means, and they understand how to turn it off. That's important. You cannot just throw this on your dog and expect results that you see in these videos, because a lot of the time went into training the dogs on what this means. So we're in our heel, which means he's following my left leg. If I turn, he turns. If I speed up, he speeds up. There's no game playing like stopping and refusing to move. That was his old MO. No pulling me, just following me. And he knows that I'm gonna stop and give him a break, let him go sniff, potty, have fun. Because that's part of the deal. You work when it's time to work, but when it's free time, you go let loose. All right, so I'm going to show you some of his other skills besides heel, because that's pretty darn good. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys his sit and down stays, his recall, and his recall to heel, and finally his break time, which is the fun one. Here we go. Sit. Good boy. Stay. So we have a sit stay. If he were to break this, I would say N-O, and I would tap my remote. If he tried to come to me, I would say N-O, tap my remote, and walk him back to this spot if needed. Now, I'm gonna put him in a downstay from a distance. This is one of the things that I like to do because usually at this point, they're anticipating either a release or a recall, so I like to see if they're really paying attention to me. So I'm gonna say his name, and that should only mean look at me. If he starts to bolt towards me, I will say N-O and tap my e-collar. Arlo, down. Good boy. No tap. Why? Because he did it immediately. Good job. And I'm going to come over and pet him. It's a good boy. Good job. So now we've got a downstay. And this downstay you can use anywhere. We've got clients who use it on boats, in kayaks, backseat of the car, vet waiting room, front yard, living room, kitchen. The downstay is universal. And the way that you strengthen this command is by practicing putting him in command, adding things like distance, adding distractions, adding time, adding duration. The only two things that can get him out of this are a release or another command. Let's try a recall with the tone. Good boy! And he should come to me and sit somewhere right in front of me. Good job. Sit. Very good boy. You are being perfect. I'm going to give him a little release for that. Notice the stay. He's assuming he should probably stay until I release him, and he's right. Arlo, break. Good boy! Go potty. And now he can go have some free time. Go check this out. Break. Now, with the free time, there's still rules. He can't just like run a mile away. He can't start barking, things like that. Good boy, but he can go potty, he can sniff, he can wander within a reasonable distance. Good job. Let's say break time's over. I'm gonna put him back in heel. Let's do the join up. Heel, I tap my tone there, and it's back to work. Now we're back in a heel. I can start changing direction, see if he's paying attention. Good job. Good boy. Nice work. Stay. Let's do a recall to heel. So I'm going to call him over to me, and instead of having him sit in front of me, I'm going to turn tap my left leg and tap the tone. And so we're recalling him into a moving position. So heel is essentially a just non-ending recall. So if I call him over to me and my body keeps moving, he's got to move with me. Come, tap my tone, start moving, tap my left leg, heel, and he locks into position. Really fun thing to work on with your dog. Well, I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to try zooming in, but there's a deer. Another deer. I've got my dog off leash. Why? Because I'm so confident in this training that I could recall him even off a deer. Pretty cool stuff. One thing I haven't tried with him yet is a moving down. I'm going to flip the camera around. Let's practice it. So I'm going to say the word down. I'm going to give him a hand signal, but I'm going to keep moving. And he has to learn he needs to down even though my body is continuing to move. Down. That's a smart dog. Some dogs, that takes lots of information, lots of reps. He just got it in one rep. But I gave him a lot of information. I was very clear with my verbal command. I gave him the hand signal. If he needed even more information from me, I would have given some e-collar pressure. But he knows this stuff. Good boy. Break. Good boy! Yay! He's got this. He's still outside on break time. There's one final thing that I like to do at the end of a walk sequence, especially in the morning, and that's have them end on duration place. So to get him from outside to me, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it without even saying a single word. Good boy. Place. I'm using my pointed finger. He gets on. Good boy. Notice I back away, but he stays and he goes into a down. Good job. Now he'll stay here for a while. We just fulfilled his physical needs. Now he's going to relax instead of letting him just wander around my house. This is important. Give him a job. I'm going to sit here, drink my coffee, work on my computer, and give him some duration time.